Welcome back to the Hawkeye Garage. I'm Joe. We've got the GX470 back in the garage this week. We are going to talk a little bit more about my DIY homemade trailgate table. I've made a couple modifications, a couple changes to it, and I thought you guys might be interested to hear about them. So stay tuned. Yep, that's right. Boy, has it been like last year already? We built this trailgate table for the GX. If you haven't seen that video, of course, I'll drop that link down below. Go check that out. I've been extremely happy with how this table has been working. We've used it on every road trip that we have taken since then, and a lot of times in between. But I have tweaked it, added a couple things, taken away some stuff, and I thought you guys might be interested to hear what those are, so let's take a closer look. Let's go ahead and start with it in the up position. Quick recap, I guess. This is just 5/8 plywood. I bought a piece of plywood. It was like a half sheet that was a little bit better than just like run-of-the-mill cheapo plywood because the finish was just a little bit better. Since then, I've gone ahead and sanded it down with like some 220 grit, and I've used some clear coat. I started out with poly, spray-on wood poly. Didn't really like how that finished. I had some Rust-Oleum semi-gloss clear, and I painted that over the top, and not too bad. You see I've gone ahead and put my stickers on there. Previously, we had the sink, we'll get that, the axe, and I had a paper towel holder right there. I've since abandoned that paper towel holder because depending on which refrigerator I had, whether it was this one or my bigger 80 quart or a different one, with my strap arrangement holding it in place, and then I'm usually stacking like tools behind it, in front of it, other things, the paper towel holder was always in the way, usually of the straps. So right now I've just got it wedged in here. I would like to find a more permanent solution for that, but this is actually, I've used some paper towels off of that roll, so it's not a full roll, so it actually fits in there really well. And one of the bigger problems also with having it here is any amount of wind unwound them, which was annoying. So at least they stay put there, and that handle's in the way already. Anyway, so I've done that. The axe is still there. The closure system, the way that I kept this up, I used to have like a screw here and a screw down here, and I'd zigzag that paracord, and then it would latch, loop up here, and it kept it tight for a while. The paracord stretched just a little bit. I went ahead and I pulled the backing and made another knot and pulled it as tight as I could. But the biggest problem is, I don't know if I try to show you guys. Obviously, this hatch panel is not perfectly flat. It's a little concave, and of course the wood is flat. So I had some spacers in here to try and keep it pulled back so that I could cinch it up, but it got to the point no matter what I did, it rattled, basically, long story short. And I had that cord even so tight to try and stop the rattling, I had to use like my keys to get it wrapped around that screw. So I wanted to use some latching system to undo it. Plus, Mrs. HSW could not get that rope off, and it's still, we'll get to that in a second. Let's undo this. I still have the net and stuff there. I haven't upgraded that or anything, but usually she does keep like shopping bags there. I've got a pair of gloves there that I use with my hitch when I'm doing with the camper and stuff. So we do need to get to it on a semi regular basis and somewhat easily. So I guess we can just talk about this latch right now. It's just a nylon latch that I have wrapped around the board here. I had all of this webbing stuff, it's just stuff I end up having. I took this panel off, and the other end of this I punched a hole through the nylon and used a lighter to singe up the excess. And there's actually the bracket that holds the speaker in has a bolt back here. I undid that bolt, and that's where I bolted the strap. It comes up and over. Originally, I had, I've got holes in the plastic, you can see, and holes in the wood. I had tried to use a latch like this, one on each side, because these latches, I really like these latches. But because the board and the hatch are not sitting like flush, parallel, basically there's too much a gap here, and every time I shut the hatch, the latch would just unlatch on both sides. So that was kind of a pain. This works really well, actually, and as you can see, it doesn't rattle. It does move, but it doesn't rattle. I've got my first aid kit that I used to store in there, but with little kids in the summertime, we end up needing to get in it for Band-Aids more often than not. So I just have, this is just got some molly straps on the back, so I've just put it there, and that is basically my bumper that's holding the tension on the table. Is there a better way to do that? Probably, but that's where I'm at right now. I did go ahead and I took this panel off and try and show you guys. I put a nutsert. I drilled a hole into the hatch and put a nutsert in, and then I used this screw because having the latch here and the pulls, this plastic piece was wanting to start to come away. I may end up doing one over there at some point, but so far so good. Yep, that piece of trim is broken. All the clips finally gave up. If you guys know where I can find one of those, somebody's got a GX they're parting out, let me know. But that is where we're at right now, and really, it's been really good. Is it the most elegant solution? No, definitely not. I've just got my cord wrapped around there for the time being. It is really easy for Mrs. HSW to get in there. Even if she doesn't like need to fold the table down, she just needs to get into her bag. She doesn't have to worry about that cord. She can just unlatch that, reach in there, grab her bags or whatever she needs. We can pull that first aid kit out if we need to, and we are good to go. All right, like I said, just a little update video on how I've been finding the Trailgate table. A couple things I've been tweaking that you may or may not want to be tweaking on your homemade hatch table. Trailgate table, I think that might be trademarked. I probably should stop saying that. But anyway, if you've got better ideas for latches, if you've got better ideas for paper towel holder, please comments down below. I did try some like rubber T-handle latch things, some like things that you would have on heavy duty coolers or like on a Jeep hood, and basically they were all crap. So this is what I ended up with, and like I said, it didn't cost me anything, and it is actually easy to use. So there's that. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, turn those notifications on. We drop a video every Sunday. This is a lot of what we do on the channel: off-roading, family, adventure, vehicle, DIY, stuff like that. Follow the links in the description, of course, over to the previous video on how we built that table and installed that, and follow my links over to Instagram and Facebook, where I post all of this along with a lot more stuff a lot more often. So until the next video drops, thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.